is a court battle over the childhood home of Pope Leo XIV. A motion filed over the weekend is looking to block the Village of Dalton from buying the 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. Attorney Matthew Castardo says the village is mismanaging taxpayer money by trying to acquire high-profile property when it should be taking care of unpaid obligations. The federal hearing is set for Wednesday morning.
Sacred gifts or public nuisance? The Pope's childhood home again attracting attention, this time for the gifts and offerings left by visitors. But not everyone likes them. Our Sarah Maki joins us live from Dalton with more on what's happening. Sarah?
Yeah, Joe, if you take a look behind us, you'll see what's going on here. You will see just a couple of candles and a small cross. These are some items that were left for the new Pope, Leo XIV, before. But a neighbor says someone has trashed what has been growing here, and now she's concerned it could happen again. On a horseshoe-shaped block, this simple brick home stirs emotion and brings big crowds.
This morning I saw a tour bus come by.
Donna Sonye Davis acting as a welcome wagon to many of the people who stop by, playing music from her window and keeping watch over the property as visitors like Shirley Robeson stop by.
To me, it's nice, it's historic, and it's so close to me.
Robeson took only photos and new memories, but some leave offerings and gifts. We showed you the small display that accumulated a few weeks ago. Flowers, candles, a rosary with a crucifix. Here, after the Village of Dalton indicated their plan to acquire this property by sale or eminent domain, essentially taking it over for a fair market price. But these offerings are now gone.
Somebody that witnessed told me that one of the police officers had taken this stuff, and I was like, what? When I got to the police station, she told me that she threw it in the garbage.
Davis telling us there is a lot of trash in Dalton that could be cleaned up, but she doesn't understand why they started here on private property.
There's a lot of areas that has trash. I'm looking at trash right now on the ground. But I don't consider somebody's an element of worship to be trash at all.
The seller's real estate agent confirms they have not removed any offerings here, adding that potential sale to the village has stalled, telling us, quote, I have called and left messages for the village attorney who was handling this. There was a village meeting last night. This was not even mentioned. Adding the village's letter announcing their plan to acquire the property, quote, was a bold move before even talking to the seller directly. The police commander involved stopped by here earlier. She didn't want to be on camera, but she told us she did take these items away, and some were thrown in the trash. She says that this was a safety issue and they were trying to discourage any theft. She also adds that there are now no plans to remove any of the items that are here so long as this display stays small and tidy. This house still listed for auction. The final bids due in 15 days. From Dalton, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Sarah, thanks for...
The Post family owned this home in Dalton for nearly 50 years, raising their family here, including their son, who would one day become the first American pope. While it's up for auction, the village plans to step in to preserve its history.
It also brings just the recognition that great things do come out of Dalton.
What this brick South suburban house at 212 East 141st Place doesn't yet show are the humble beginnings of Chicago native Pope Leo XIV. But Dalton's attorney telling our I-Team that the village now has plans to change that by working with the Chicago Archdiocese to turn the house into a historic site open to the public.
So that we keep it as it is and people can come and view it, because this really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Those efforts come as the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house is up for sale in a private auction. But in a letter sent to Paramount Realty, the company that owns this now sacred space, the village's attorney wrote that Dalton plans to either outright purchase the home or buy it by eminent domain.
We've tried to negotiate with the owner, wants too much money, so we will either negotiate with the auction house or we'll take it through eminent domain.
If there's a government use for any property or location, then the government has the ability through the law of eminent domain to pay a fair market price.
Mayor Jason House says that's only an option if ongoing negotiations with the house's owner fall through. He also says current bidders should be aware their apparent purchase would only be temporary until the village inevitably takes over the property.
Most people would not want to purchase a place knowing that there are other circumstances behind there.
We left a message for Paramount Realty for a comment, but have not heard back. This while the auction website remains up.